Alright people, what's up everyone, and welcome to another reaction video for another episode of Dying to Know. And this, of course, is the Dying Light 2 series, which, by the way, the game comes out in December, and now Halo Infinite comes out in December, and also Advance Wars 1 and 2 come out in December, so it's going to be a crowded December. We don't usually get a crowded one, but I guess last year we had a pretty big one. We had a Cyberpunk, and what else? Something else came out in December. Did Immortals come out in December? I played that. I don't remember if it was in December though. But the last few years we've actually had a pretty decent December. When it used to not be that great for video game releases. Smash was 2018. I know that. 2019. I don't know what that was. I'm sure there was something. But this year we have 3 big games. I'm super excited about. But anyway, this one is an exciting episode. This is episode 3, by the way, because this is all gonna be about parkour, baby. I like me some parkour, so I hope, here's my one hope for this. You can do a random flip. You know how parkour people, they just jump and do a flip, and there's no point, but they just jump and do a flip because they can. I want to be able to do that. I just want to do a flip. No reason, just to show off. In first person, I'm sure I'll look terrible, but I kind of want to do it. Maybe you could do it, and maybe I just didn't realize you could do it. And I know in Dying Light 1 you can't do that, unless they add that in the following. Maybe that's an update in the following. Anyway, let's go. So through your Gamescom edition.
My name is Timon Smektawa.
What's up, Timon?
Lead game designer at Techland. Welcome to the Gamescom edition of Dying to Know. You can watch the previous episodes of the show on our YouTube channel. They reveal many details about the game and showcase unique.
I like when a game does this too. I think I say this every episode.
Them, you know what to do. Last time,
is it watch them?
The monsters, our special
did I get right? Anyway, I like when a game really goes, like even Avengers. Like I'm not a fan of that game really, but I like that they do their own streams. Yeah, I like it.
Which are us.
And Cyberpunk, I liked it before the game came out.
Unfortunately, humans tend to be the most cruel and brutal species out there, especially during an apocalypse.
Yeah, we're the worst.
Before we talk about fighting, let's start with the basics. How do you move around the city? If you watched our previous episodes, you know that a large portion of the city's population has changed into monsters, roaming the streets. That's why it's extremely difficult to move around, unless
you want badass motherfucker, you can climb up a building. God, I miss the games where you could just like run up a building. Like Spider-Man's still around, but like remember like Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, and Prototype, and I guess that's it. And those are made by the same people, but whatever.
You are in a team
just love those games.
Responsible for creating parkour movement in Dying Light 2. So, what can you tell the games?
Spider-Man can still run up a building. Well, it's just not the same
really
thing.
Excited for the players to see what we've prepared for them. They will finally feel this amazing
love this
freedom
set.
of movement in a city.
So unnecessary, but I really like it.
Even the highest building
no
is
jumping.
not an obstacle anymore, but a parkour tool to help you get higher. Even those familiar with Dying Light 1 will be pleasantly surprised, because we took all that we learned from parkour in DL1 and built everything from scratch.
Cool.
It's a more challenging way than to simply upgrade it, but it's more rewarding as well.
Okay, but from my perspective, and I think your perspective as well, creating a realistic movement in an FPP game is very, very difficult. And we have spent a lot of time and resources to make it physical and exciting at the same time. So, how do you feel about it, Kasper?
We really wanted to improve players' perception of their avatar's body and of what happens to it during parkour.
I feel like the subtitles are unnecessary.
The animators had their hands full, but it definitely
they speak better English than I do.
Traversal, which is a person who professionally does parkour. It's all thanks to dozens
it distracts me, that's why.
Of new animations.
I always read subtitles.
With ropes, pipelines,
even if it's
bars,
perfectly
With the
or
increased number of
audible.
Animations, players can almost physically feel each movement while climbing the buildings.
Cool.
It gives them a realistic
jump.
parkour experience and is also surprisingly simple to master, even for beginners. The city allows players to traverse it effectively as soon as they get there, and their mobility increases more as they learn new skills. There comes a time when players start noticing synergies between movements, and that's when the real fun begins. You literally feel like flowing through the environment. Cool. They also find out that the city itself helps them with parkouring, and what might have seemed an obstacle at the beginning becomes
love that you even use a zombie.
Okay, but Parkour
Love it.
can be
So
more
good.
than just a way to traverse the city. In Dying Light 2, it's quite handy in combat too.
Yes. For example, I could stun my opponent with a powerful blow, then use elements of parkour to rebound from him and kick another one. He's also stunned now, so I can rebound from him too.
Oh, cool.
By combining parkour and combat,
Nice.
a
That's
skillful
awesome.
player
I
can
like a
wreak
good drop
havoc
kick.
on both humans and the
He
infected
launched off that
without
dude
even touching the ground.
Well, that
with a
sounds
drop
amazing.
kick. That's great.
So, Kacper, thank you for joining us, and thank you
there
for
goes.
explaining us how the game's
Little
parkour
hiccup,
system
you know.
works.
IGN's not the
Maybe
greatest
you,
when it
the
comes to
same as
this.
I, just can't wait for people
I don't
to
know why I
see it
keep
in
using
action
them, honestly.
themselves.
Definitely.
So thank you once again. Take care.
Bye. Love you, Casper.
So let's talk more about how you can use parkour not only for traversal, but also for combat.
Okay.
And speaking of combat, my next guest is
David
Matt
Bell?
Courtois,
No.
lead technical gameplay animator.
No, David Bell would be for
Matt, ça va?
the actual parkour, like
Thanks for
just
joining
talking
us.
about the parkour, I guess.
I would like to
Honestly, he's
start
not a
with something
programmer,
that
he's
was
just
quite
a
difficult
parkourman.
for us, if you remember, at the very beginning of the project. How to present melee combat in first-person perspective.
Oh, I remember. You actually just said creating
The bad days.
satisfying melee combat from a first-person perspective, that's a real challenge. That's why we spent many, many weeks iterating it, improving it, until we got the right feeling. We feel we have created something special, and we're very excited to discover how players will react to it.
Show me a trailer.
So, what do you think will excite them the most?
I guess, we've worked very hard for our combat to be visceral. So we created many exciting and immersive elements, such as what we call progressive hit reactions. So it's basically consecutive hits on enemies will enhance their reactions.
Oh, okay.
They will
Cool.
react differently based on the weapon category you're using,
Like a
based on the
blind,
body parts you're
sharp, okay.
targeting. So you
So
can
you cut
stun
their
them,
arms off, they'll
you
be
can
like,
trip them over, you can
"What the
cut off
fuck,
the
man?"
limbs, which might
That would be
sound
me,
pretty
anyway.
terrible.
No,
But
that sounds
it's also
awesome.
cool, right?
Yeah, it's
It is-
fucking
it
cool.
is also
Yeah, it's
very
cool.
useful and glory. The direction of your
It is
swings
gory.
also matters, and so does your position.
Sounded like you said glory,
relative to theirs.
which is true too.
We worked also
pretty glorious.
with professional stuntmen to
Here
record
you go.
more special,
Is
more,
that David
more
Bell? I can't
spectacular
tell.
hit reactions. That was mostly
I
for
can't tell.
parkour combat, but also generally speaking to highlight players' power and to convey as much satisfaction
Jesus.
as possible.
And I think
God
it's safe to
damn.
say that
You hit someone so hard they
is
fucking
very
do like
important in the world
30
of
spins in the
Dying
air.
Light 2. It's post-apocalypse, so it's very brutal and very demanding. So to survive, you really need to step up your game. So I don't know, maybe you have some tips for the players. Maybe you think there's something they should focus on.
My best advice would be to be creative
Watch your ass.
in combat. So, like you just mentioned with Casper, in Dying Light 2, parkour and combat are very connected. They're even intertwined, right? Allowing players to combine one with the other very easily,
There it goes.
very smoothly. So technically, you can use the environment in combat, of course, as in kicking an enemy right after a wall run, or even you can use the
Bye-bye.
enemy to get somewhere you like.
Bye-bye.
So you just vault over them, trigger a double jump to get higher.
Realistic
maybe somewhere
parkour.
you had trouble reaching
God
before.
damn.
But if you want, you can also
One-
just
one story
run
up.
back down, trigger a very powerful attack. It's completely up to you. Your options are almost endless. That's what we call creative combat. And to me, that would be the best weapon.
Okay, so that's an awesome hint, and thank you for that, and thank you for sharing all of the details, and thank you for joining us.
Show us a trailer. Come on. It's been long enough. Give me a
We
trailer.
have used over 3,000 animations of jumps, grips, and other
Damn.
parkour moves
Holy
to
shit.
create a few dozen skills that can be mixed and combined, so every player can find her or his own way to survive in the city. In a minute, you will see that in our new gameplay trailer. But first,
Ooh, what are you gonna give it? What now?
today on techlandgg.com, we have another gift for you.
For
For
me.
those who are already exploring the Dying Light universe in the first game, we have a unique item, the Brilliant Hammer, a weapon from Dying Light 2, which you can use in Dying Light 1.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, this is David Bell.
Go to
So.
techlandgg and grab it.
Okay.
And if
That's
you
kinda
don't
cool.
feel like fighting right
You
now,
can use a
you
weapon
can
from
get some
2 right
free
now.
posters, wallpapers, or even Aiden's special outfit. As you can see, it's
What's the
worth
point of
to
an
visit
outfit when you can't see it ever?
techlandgg.com, but Not at this very moment, because now it's time to watch our new gameplay trailer. Here it is.
All right, here we go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this. Probably like many others.
Mr. Chicken Pie dares you to eat the whole thing. Is
Plans,
this?
lives. Now it's all gone.
Gustavo
The
versus
virus
Brandon.
started it, but it was the people who made the world the way it is. This city, Villador.
Yeah, man, he keeps daring me to eat that
It's only
sandwich.
vision
Yeah, a lot of
and
hamburgers
hope.
and chicken
Soon,
sandwiches.
one vision broke into many different ones.
He did. I like that ugly
Fighting
motherfucker.
together, people stood against each other.
I was just about to say, not much gameplay in this gameplay trailer yet.
Little bird met a broken leg.
Oh,
Hope died.
all right, there goes. This IGN stream's having some hard times.
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their strength.
But I
Whoa.
can't let that happen.
Oh, that's sick.
At least
That's so good.
not yet.
I swear, every time you grab a zombie to drop down, it always looks like the same zombie.
Fuck.
This has been a lot of stuff we've already seen before, though. Right?
I have to pick a side.
The bazaar needs good people.
Where's
Doing
this?
great so far.
Is this the trailer we saw during the Xbox one? It seems very familiar.
I have to make a difference.
I mean, that Xbox show was so... Yeah, it is. I remember this guy. This is the same trailer, isn't it? Because I remember the Xbox one being decent, but not amazing, and also the show was so fucking boring. Yeah, this is the same trailer. Here's Chicken Pie. I remember that too.
Change is a series of small gestures.
Okay.
How about this series?
Nice. Froze. That's good I've seen this trailer already, because, Jesus. Why would you show this at the Xbox? So, Xbox really had nothing. Xbox is like, give us your trailer that you're going to show already. It's like, alright, we don't have
The trailer
anything.
presented quite a few new tools of destruction that you will soon get to use in Dying Light 2. So now, let's talk with the people that are actually making them. Marek Musiał, lead 3D weapon artist. Hi.
What's up,
And
man?
Szymon Strauss, the producer of the weapons team. Hello.
The weapons team. Well, I love it as a weapons team. That's great.
The first question, maybe to Marek, is Marek, can
Why
you
did we
explain
show this
how
trailer
we
twice?
as a team have approached the process of
Xbox
creating
gave us a
weapons
lot of
of Dying
money.
Light 2?
Yes, we wanted the weapons to be credible. It's been a long time since the apocalypse, and everything of value has already been looted. There aren't any stores to buy a new weapon, so you need to build your equipment from what you find.
Well, that's not
why
true,
we
right?
had to
Aren't there
design
like
dozens
merchants you
of
could buy
unique
from?
weapons practically from scratch.
And actually, that was our design pillar, the modern Dark Ages.
Absolutely. Modern Dark Ages is this concept of fallen civilization that moved back people nearly to the Middle Ages.
So kind of
So
just
there are no laws,
apocalypse,
no
kind of.
rules, no technologies. That's why our
Not exactly, but
weapons, we try to create
similar
them
enough. Sorry, I was getting
in
a
the
thing.
most deadly and violent way.
And working with that concept, where did you get the inspirations from?
Well, citizens of Villador, they could only use stuff they found in the world. So we thought we should do exactly the same. We scavenge. So mostly we've been looking for our inspiration in stores selling agricultural, construction, military tools.
But also at places like junkyards.
Actually, that's true. So right now we've
Yeah.
got nearly
Whoa, look at that
200
grenade.
of them in game. And even though some
Like
of them
those.
may look very simple, we've got also quite the
I don't know about
opposite,
simple.
Like, I don't know.
That thing does not look
I
simple.
love this one.
And our weapons are very diverse visually.
Wait, did
Each
he
one
actually
has
see that, or he
a
just said
unique
he was like,
design
"I love this
and
one"?
history.
He didn't know what he
Just
was
by
looking at.
The weapon, you can tell where the maker found the parts. At,
I didn't know what you're
military
showing.
base, a
I love
museum,
this one.
repair
Whichever one it is, I love them all.
It's exactly like that in the game. When you pick the weapon, you instantly realize if it was cobbled together in a street or maybe made by factions where they have access.
He's
to
getting really
welding
excited
and
about these
steel cutting
weapons. You
equipment.
can tell what he
And
really,
don't
really
forget
likes in
about
this
the
game.
mods, because in Dying Light 2 Stay
guess.
Human world, if you want to beat your opponent with highly effective
Did he say
weapon,
Stay Human world?
first of all you need to find a basic version of that weapon and then slowly build it up. That's what we call modding.
Did
We've
the
got
game
many
get a new
types of
title?
mods, like defensive
Dying
ones,
Light 2 Stay
let's
Human
say
world.
improving quality of your handle, or offensive ones like improving the tip or the blade itself. So I don't think that right now we would have time to talk in details about that.
Why don't we have
But,
time?
In December, you all be able to.
Well, where do we have to go?
To your favorite
You going on a
such
date?
as fire,
Huh?
freeze, electricity.
What's your
Shimon,
name?
Shimon, let's stop here. Let's leave something for the players to discover.
Yeah.
So let's end here. And guys, thank you for joining me.
Get the fuck out of my bar. When she said that. Get the fuck out of my
Before
bar.
I talk with my last guest, I would like to invite you to participate in our UGC contest.
Sure.
Especially you,
I'm gonna do
Gamescom
it.
viewers, we are waiting for your submissions.
Okay.
And if you are thinking about competing in the cosplay category, you will want to hear this one. Let me present to you the grand jury that will be choosing the best cosplays of the Dying Light 2 characters.
Barack Obama.
Welcome, Irina Meyer.
Irina
Lightning
Meyer. I was gonna say her
Cosplay, Narga and
Uh,
Aoki.
and Barack Obama.
Enginite. And of course,
Barack
fingers
Obama.
crossed for you,
That's a very
our
good,
community.
very good
Let the
cosplay.
best
I really like it.
cosplay win.
I don't know who you are
Check
because
our website
most of
for
the
more
characters in
details.
Dying Light are forgettable, but I liked it.
My last guest
That's
will
my impression.
explain how the city
It's not great.
itself affects combat and movement. Michał Dudziak, game designer, hello.
Hello.
And Adam Michałowski, senior game programmer. Hi, Demon.
Hey, what's up, man? His face.
Gentlemen, there's this saying that when you really want to achieve something, the whole world aligns to help you. And basically, that's what is happening in Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
Exactly. Based on the player choices, the world is literally changing and helping you to achieve your goals in combat or exploration. For example, the gameplay will be totally different depending on which factions you support, the survivors or the peacekeepers.
Fuck
but
that.
can you give us
Survivors,
more
baby.
detail?
The differences
Peacekeepers?
between the factions define how each group can help us. For example, the survivors keep to the roofs and trying to avoid the danger on the ground.
I want to do parkour, so that's where I'm
Building, they
be.
use
That's where I'm
mostly
be.
light materials like wood or scraps, and they can provide you a various amount of parkour helpers, such as amortizers, trampoline, or ziplines. This can change the way how we parkour through the city.
It looks so much
On the other
fun.
hand, we have peacekeepers, the post-military guys who literally keep their feet on the ground. And for building, they use totally different materials. Heavy metal
I like
objects,
saying
metal,
literally keeping
or
their
even
feet on the ground
explosives.
actually makes
And
sense for this game.
can give you a new combat opportunities like car bombs, heavy traps, or even a new type of a ranged weapon.
Yeah, and what's important is that we don't need to remain loyal to just one faction. The city is divided into several zones, and it's in each of them the players can decide with whom they want to side. So while progressing through the storyline, you're able to shape the world to fit your vision and needs.
Okay, but we know already that humans are active during the day and monsters come out during the night. But let's reveal more. What are the other differences?
Well, monsters attack mostly in groups, and they instinctively take advantage of the numbers. So, to defend yourself, you have to keep your head on a swivel. Monsters don't use special tactics, but it doesn't mean they are easy. They push forward, so you have to be clever to avoid getting cornered. And to win, you have to stay active, move a lot, and learn to abuse their unique weaknesses. And explosive traps might come in handy.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about humans?
They use increasingly more complex behaviors. As the game progresses, defeating human enemies and monsters will become more and more challenging. But unlike monsters, people cooperate.
Jesus.
So while fighting them, we need to closely observe not only
Nice.
individuals,
I love that you can
but
spear a
also the whole
motherfucker
group.
right off
And of
a
course,
roof.
there are many more unique subtleties to both humans and monsters, but I think we should let the players discover them on their own.
Well, okay, that's a
Okay.
good idea. But
But
all of
we
that
got
sounds
another 3
very
months to
juicy,
wait. I
so
wanna know more.
Let's end here. Guys, thank you for
You better have
joining.
another trailer, because I haven't really learned a lot here.
That's almost all for today. You learned a lot about parkour and combat
Sure.
in Dying Light 2.
I feel like not enough,
We showed
though.
you that parkour is not just a tool for
I
exploration.
mean, I guess it's
but
not
also an
fair,
important
because they
element
used
of
the
combat.
trailer that we
You
already saw,
discovered
but
some of the weapons
even that trailer was,
that
like,
you will soon
amazing.
get to wield, and you saw how choosing a faction may support your parkour and combat skills. Before we end this episode, we have one more special announcement for you.
For
Dying
me.
Light 1 is coming to Nintendo Switch. So yes, it's official now. Soon,
Whoa.
you will be able to
Really?
play the ultimate open world zombie
Holy
game
shit.
on a new platform. And
Wow,
we know
I didn't know
that
that.
a lot of
That
you
was a
are
rumor or
playing
something?
Dying
You made
Light.
it sound
In
like,
June
let's
alone,
make it
the game
official,
was
like people
played by
knew.
close to 2 million gamers. Big
Wow.
thanks to our community.
That was because it
You're
was on
awesome.
sale and because of this.
Dying Light 1 for Nintendo Switch will be released in Platinum Edition. This is the most content-packed edition we have ever released. On a single playthrough, it contains over 100 hours of gameplay,
Wow.
not mentioning the time you can spend exploring
That's
the world
pretty
with your friends
good.
in co-op mode.
How much is it?
More details are
I
coming
don't know if I
soon.
want to play on Switch, but that's a kind of fun game to play on Switch, I think,
If you
right?
are hungry for more,
Get a
and
little-
you
got a
want
couple
to
missions
support
in,
us,
roam around,
why
yeah.
don't you pre-order the game to explore it on your own in just a few months?
Okay. When is the
That's
Switch
all for
version?
today. Thank you, Gamescom, and see you in the next episodes of Dying to Know.
I'm gonna say that was a weak episode.
We need to take a super short break, but you definitely don't want to go anywhere because coming up next is Awesome Indies, a celebration of some of the coolest, weirdest, and most ambitious new games.
I do.
from
I
independent
think I want to
developers.
watch that. I
Stick
don't
around.
know. I think that was a pretty weak episode. That might just be me. Even the trailer was cool when we saw it on the Xbox One, but like that's a cool trailer on its own. But I feel like the trailers we've seen so far from Dying to Know have been really good. That one was solid, but it didn't really show us anything new. I mean, maybe it did. I just didn't. I don't know. It looked fun. I mean, it was a fun trailer, but yeah, it was a lot of just talking, and you learned a little bit, but it was like usually they give us 2 trailers. I feel too. Is that right? And I don't know. I don't know. Not really much to go on, but and parkour is like the big thing I'm excited about in this, and they didn't really go into it as much as I was hoping they would by showing like I don't know, another trailer, maybe some behind the scenes stuff. They showed a little bit, but I guess not a lot. They talked about like using it in combat and in just traversing, I guess, but they only talked about it, I don't know. It wasn't that great of an episode, honestly. A little disappointed in that one. Alright, well there you go. That's Dying to Know episode 3. Not much to talk about there, for me at least. And if you want to see my first reaction to that trailer, a couple days ago, I think. Yeah. That was the Xbox thing? It was a couple days ago? I think that's right. That's it. Bye.